Hi, everyone. This week, we celebrate the 5th week of Ordinary Time, which is a green week. Green is for growing, as we are growing in our knowledge of Jesus' life and teachings. This week's Gospel is from the Gospel of Mark. On leaving the synagogue, Jesus entered the house of Simon and Andrew with James and John. Simon's mother-in-law lay sick with a fever. They immediately told her about him. He approached her, grasped her hand, and helped her up. Then the fever left her, and she waited on them. When it was evening, after sunset, they brought to him all who were ill or possessed by demons. The whole town was gathered at the door. He cured many who were sick with various diseases, and he drove out many demons, not permitting them to speak because they knew him. Rising very early before dawn, he left and went off to a deserted place where he prayed. Simon and those who were with him pursued him, and on finding him said, "Everyone is looking for you." He told them, "Let us go on to the nearby villages, that I may preach there also. For this purpose have I come." So he went into their synagogues, preaching and driving out demons throughout the whole of Galilee. This week's Gospel tells of a few very busy days when Jesus started his ministry helping others. First, we hear that after teaching with authority and healing a man with a troubled spirit that we learned about last Sunday, Jesus went to the house of his new friends and disciples, Simon and Andrew, where Simon's mother-in-law was sick with fever. You can imagine how she felt, not feeling well, and suddenly Simon and Andrew come home bringing 3 guests, Jesus, James, and John. Simon and Andrew were so excited about Jesus that they had to tell her about him anyway, even if she was sick. Jesus held her hand, and she immediately felt better. And then she made a meal for them. Jesus didn't just heal her so she felt better, but so that she could help too. Jesus doesn't want us to keep his love to ourselves, but to share it with others. That night, after sunset, the whole town gathered around, bringing people with problems like being sick or having a bad spirit, and Jesus healed them. Mark's Gospel tells us that the whole town was there. I wonder if because everyone in the whole town realized that they had some sort of problem that Jesus could heal, or if they were just so interested to see what Jesus would do. Either way, it's amazing that an entire town would stop what they are doing and focus on Jesus. Think about how Andrew brought so many people to Jesus. First his brother Simon, and then his mother-in-law, and then the whole town. Can you imagine if our whole town tonight stopped what we were doing and all turned to Jesus? Early the next morning, Jesus disappeared. Where did he go? He went away to pray. Jesus showed all of us that if we want to be able to bring God to those around us, that we must take time to pray. But Simon and Andrew and James and John maybe didn't learn that lesson yet because they couldn't find him. Once they found him, they went on to the nearby villages together all along the Sea of Galilee, where Jesus taught and healed people. It sounds like that day may have been a lot like the day before, where Jesus healed those around him. The very next morning, he probably also took time to pray. So what can we learn from Jesus and his disciples in this story? Simon and Andrew showed us how to be so excited about Jesus that we would show him to a sick family member or bring the whole town to him. And Jesus showed us how important it is to connect with God in prayer in order to bring God to those around us.